What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. My name is Nour Trades, and today I bring you another special video, the Sunday stock watch list, where I give you all the plays that I'm looking at for this week, the schedule for this week if anybody's talking, and I give you guys the earnings for this week that will go a little more into detail. It's towards the end of the season, so we're not really getting any of those big companies that we're really used to. So before we go ahead and start this video, if this video gets 200 or more likes, I'll drop the Mexico vlog tomorrow. So today is June 6th. I'll drop it tomorrow, June 7th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, if this video gets 200 likes or more by then. If not, we'll hold off on that vlog. That's probably my best vlog to this day, because I went with a big group, and it was just a very funny situation. But let's go ahead and start this video. So as you guys can see, I had the schedule for you guys. Last week was pretty crazy. This week, you have a few things going on. Not much. You have the Fed balance sheet on Thursday. You have the jobless claims on Thursday as per usual, but nothing really as crazy as last week. We had a lot of people speaking last week. So if you guys would like, screenshot this so you guys know what's going on, or you can go on Trade Like Nour, which is my Instagram for my trading page, and screenshot from there for a clear pick. Now let's move to earnings. So earnings. We have GameStop reporting earnings. I know a lot of you degenerates are waiting for this one, so this shall be interesting. So what else we got here that I'm looking at? For me, Chewy's cool. I've played Chewy a few times. Dave & Buster moves on earnings. So for me, it's just GameStop, Chewy, and Dave & Buster's that I'll be looking at. The rest of this, not really a fan. I don't really look at any of these other stocks, but maybe you do. So if you want a clear picture, go to Trade Like Nour. It'll be on Trade Like Nour. You can get a clear picture there as well. So let's start and talk about what was the biggest winner last week that I gave you guys. What did I tell you was going to be one of those big winner? Let's go. Let me hear it. NVIDIA. Now NVIDIA, the video was made May 30th, right? So this stock ended at 650. I was looking for the 650 break, and guess where we ended the week? At 706. If you follow my Trade Like Nour page, you'll see that I've been all over this past week. NVIDIA has been that one stock that I've been all over this past week. If it wasn't for NVIDIA, I don't even know what I traded last week. I had a crazy week last week due to NVIDIA. So this was a big winner I gave you guys last week. What was another one that I gave you guys last week? Oh, this one was crazy. Tesla to the downside. So I had a stock that I gave you one to the upside. Look at this. I gave you guys this 1 hour channel. Look, we're on the 1 hour time frame. As you guys can see, we're moving up here. Moving up here, I said this is going to break to the downside. We broke to the downside, and look at this low. We had a low of 570. The channel broke at 623. A crazy one. Other than that, we had another cool trade. It wasn't as big as Tesla or NVIDIA. I had the 3200 break to the downside, which was cool and all. I remember the day it broke. We went from 32 to 3185. Let me just make sure I'm saying that right. Yeah, right here. 3200, we broke down to like 3185. It was a cool scalp for me. But those were the three big trades last week. Two of them were really big. NVIDIA and Tesla. Insane trades. So let's go ahead and talk about this week. I'm keeping the watch list a little bit more simple this week so that I can focus on the biggest trades rather than trying to pick all the trades possible. AMC was cool this week. I actually caught AMC. Usually you don't see me playing these degenerate stocks, but I did. So let's start with Tesla since we're here. So Tesla on the 4 hour. Excuse these lines. I don't trade on the Mac. It won't go away on the Mac. Can't tell you. So right here we have a channel on the 4 hour here. You guys can see we've tested the top 1, 2, 3, 4, and we almost tested it here 5. But we're here testing the top again. Can we break out of this channel, or will we get rejected as per usual and come back and test 545? Because 545, things will get a lot more serious, especially this being a double bottom on the 1 year. So this was, remember I told you, you get bounces. People think it's bullish to have a double bottom. Yeah, you'll get a temporary bounce, but that doesn't mean you can't come back and break it, right? So we had this double bottom, you could say, on the 1 year. We pushed here, but on the 4 hour we might get rejected again, so be prepared for us to get rejected at this channel. If we get rejected and come back to 545, that will be the breakdown for Tesla, and I think this is what takes us below 500. The bottom of this channel is 468. We've tested the bottom here 1, 2, 3, 4 times here. and the bottom of this channel is 468. So we end up coming back to the bottom of the channel. This is a pretty big drop. I would say, what is it? Let's just say we hit the top of the channel, 620, 520. You know, we're going to be dropping like $130. So that's the one stock that I'm looking at. Tesla to the upside if we break the channel to the upside, and Tesla to the downside once we break that 545. So I'm looking at both here. Amazon, another one of these stocks. Alright, so first thing we're going to talk about, the 1 year trend. So as you guys can see, we're kind of just riding this wave here. Excuse this line. Look, pay attention to the 1 year, right? So we have this uptrend here. We hit this again. We kind of bounced off of it here, and then we're kind of like just consolidating, breaking through. But where it gets interesting, if you put this on the 3 year, this gets a lot interesting. You have one from the top, and you have one from the bottom. The 3 year looks really nice here. So if we have an ascending triangle forming on the 3 year. So you guys can see flat top, search up what an ascending triangle is. We have the flat top and an uptrend here. So we've retested the bottom 1, 2, and we're kind of retesting it 3 here. Is this the end of an era for Amazon? I hope not, but we can make money on both sides, so I don't really care. So if we end up breaking to the downside, I'm going to be watching 3,200, 3,100, 3,000. Once we come below 3,000, I'll know we're about to catch this short. We caught the right move here. If not, if we end up bouncing as per usual, so you want to know what happened, you know, historically or recently, every time it gets to this trend, we bounced off of it already. Now, if we bounce, do we take out the high? We're still $300 away from the high, so now we're going to bounce. If we can break this ascending triangle, this stock is going to 4,000 easy. Okay, so we know what side we're looking at for Amazon. We know both sides. We have a downside play on Amazon, and we have the upside, so keep that in mind. It's nobody's been noticing this, but once you zoom in, you'll be like, oh, ascending triangle, flat top, and an uptrend on the 3 year. This goes all the way back to 2020. Alright, that's Amazon. Nvidia. This isn't, well, it may be done. I handled that. Alright, so back to this video. So now you look at the 15 minute. So on the 15 minute, this looks like we have a top channel here. We're respecting. We got rejected here. We got rejected here. Now if we break this tomorrow, the 706 level 710, we're heading up to 716. So on the grand scheme of things, we can't really tell if it's done. This is all-time highs, right? They're splitting. Ever since they announced they're splitting, this thing has been on a rocket, right? You remember this with Tesla. Tesla announced they were splitting. When the split ended up coming, the stock hit a pretty big dip, and it's been a rough ride since. But this looks really good. As you can see on the 1 hour, every time this is pulled back, this ends up making a new high, pull back, new high, pull back, new high. So we're pulling back. Hopefully we can pull back a little bit, but not too much, because I still want to keep playing Nvidia. It's been very fun. The contracts move very well. And I'm looking at this to the upside, and this on the 15 minute is the 716, and obviously as we go towards Tuesday, the top of this trend will keep going higher. It's an ongoing trend. So can we break above? We'll find out. On the 4 hour, what was the trend that we broke on? It was actually so, I don't know if I still have it here. Oh yeah, the 1 year look. So the top of this trend got broken, right? We could have easily got rejected, but we broke above. It was like 680, 677. This ended up pushing all the way to 706. So it'll be very interesting to see where Nvidia heads. I love it. Now, another stock that hasn't happened yet, I expect another big move here. You know, we have the Nvidia. So if we don't get Nvidia and Nvidia starts stalling out, whatever, I got something on my mind here. Facebook. We have a flat top here. I'm sure I can draw an ascending triangle. And this has a flat top, so I can't wait till we get this all-time taken out. Once we get this all-time taken out on Facebook, Facebook loves to move. The following 2 days, this could end up moving from 333 up to 350. So I will be watching the all-time high. As you can see, we got rejected here at 332, 333. Once we take that all-time high out, and then 335, I expect this to hit 340 that same day, and then 350 that following week. It could be the same day. Facebook loves to move. It can easily move $16 in a day. Not an issue. But Facebook's definitely one of those stocks that I'm looking at for the upside. I don't really have anything to the downside, still in a little consolidation. So if this breaks to the upside, I will be watching Facebook. The next thing I'm watching is BYD. This had a great couple weeks, or a couple days, you could say, and now it's kind of stalling out, but it's not in a bad way. You guys can see it's forming something here, right? Top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom. Excuse this because it started it from here. This is the automatic algo. But I want to see if we take out 155. If we still get a squeeze in all these meme stocks, don't get me wrong, BYD is not a meme stock, but this is a high short flow. This has a high short interest, so this can easily squeeze. So this ended up squeezing when everything started squeezing. GameStop, you know, AMC. We ended up moving from like 120 to 155 within a couple days. So this can move. So we're $10 away from the recent high of 155. We'll be watching that. If we take that out, we'll be heading up to 160 easily. And then from there, you know, I'll either update, but from there, the next big resistance I have is like 168, 170. So I can't wait to see if BYD gets to make a move. Those contracts are dead on bad days, but when BYD is moving, those contracts are very nice. So BYD is one of those where I can't wait to, you know, take advantage if we end up getting the play. I'm not going to rush it. Now let's go on the 1 hour, or the 1 year, I believe. There we go. So you guys know I called this trend line. I said we were going to break this and head down to 12,900. We ended up falling down to like 12,895, 900, and this ended up bouncing very easily. Now, if I put this on a 1 year, you get an automatic algo. If you guys want that, you guys DM me. I'll give you guys my automatic algo where you guys get certain resistance, support, and trends, and it makes it for you. But on the automatic algo, you guys can see this starts this trend here from November 2nd, 2020. We bounced again. We bounced again, we bounced again, and now we're here. So now we're going to see if we can break to the upside, or do we get rejected from the upside. So, I just want you guys to know that QQQ and Q, you're going to have the same exact pattern on QQQ. These move together, obviously, if you don't know. Excuse those lines. Those were probably intraday, so they look crazy on the bigger time frames. I'll take that off. But you guys can see, we're forming here. Are we going to take this high out and, you know, continue to break through and squeeze through 350, or are we going to break this downtrend soon? We're not far away from the bottom or the top side. So keep that in mind when you're looking at QQQ. We can either break to the downside or upside. So if things get aggressive selling, you want to keep in mind we have an uptrend at 320, and then if we do continue to push, you want to keep in mind we've been getting rejected at the top of this trend. So at 345, 350, that'll be where this can end up squeezing and breaking out. So that's the watch list for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, hit that like button, 200 likes, and I'll drop the vlog tomorrow. And I'll be updating on my Instagram if I'm looking at any other place, since I have a small list this week. So make sure you follow Trade Like Nour. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.